Before getting straight into it, this video will contain some spoilers for the Star Wars Outlaws story, so if you don't want any spoilers, please do click away now. But if you don't mind about spoilers or you've already finished the story yourself, then by all means strap in, because today I'm going to be talking about two characters from the game in particular that some of you may not have picked up on things about them, but as soon as I saw them, my mind was blown and I was so happy. So before I do get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more Star Wars Outlaws content. I've got about another week or two planned of content for this game, so make sure you don't miss out on any of that. But without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into it. Now, these two characters in particular are both experts. One of them is from Tatooine and one of them is from Akiva. Now, I'm going to start off with the one from Tatooine because we actually saw this one in the IGN preview gameplay where we got to see this Jawa expert and go to the Sarlacc pit to retrieve the tooth and hand it back to them. But that gameplay didn't reveal who this Jawa in particular was. So as soon as I got to this expert and did that mission and just spoke to her, I was so happy, like I said at the start, because this Jawa's name is Tika. Now, for those of you who haven't watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show, this will mean absolutely nothing to you. For those of you who have watched the Kenobi TV show, that hopefully might have rejogged your memory because you might have forgotten. But this Jawa, as you can probably already guess, is the Jawa from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show that Obi-Wan actually meets up with and talks to in his home. Now, we know this because Obi-Wan actually calls this Jawa Tika, and as of me recording this video, I've got the Tika Black Series behind me, so it's the 6-inch action figure from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. So I know this is the exact same character, which I just found absolutely awesome. I really wasn't expecting it to be the case. I literally just thought it'd be some random Jawa that they'd, probably give a name to, but the fact that this is the Jawa that actually knew Obi-Wan, and we've actually seen this character before on the live action TV stage, that to me as, a huge Star Wars fan who essentially just enjoys everything. I just love that connection so much. And knowing that Tika is still around in business, 13, 14 years after the Kenobi TV series is pretty cool. So that was definitely something I really appreciated. Now, the second expert is Temmin Wexley. Now, for many of you, Temmin Wexley might not mean anything. Certainly the name Temmin, but Wexley is something you might remember from the sequel trilogy, because there's a character in that called Snap Wexley, played by Greg Grunberg, who might as well be Poe Dameron's best mate in the Resistance other than Finn. Now, Snap unfortunately perished at the Battle of Exegol, but the name Snap is just a bit of a nickname because his real name is Temmin Wexley, which, as I'm sure you've come to quickly realise now, this character from the sequel trilogy films is in Star Wars Outlaws as an expert, which I really was not expecting. I knew Temmin was born on Akiva. I haven't read the comics too much, but I know his parents are fairly big in the comics. So I suppose it's kind of one of those things that I probably should have come to expect. Now, as I look into Temmin a little bit more, a lot of his backstory comes from the Aftermath trilogy of books, and I think in that we learned that Snap actually lives with his aunt and her wife, and these are two characters you speak to before you meet Temmin in the game. So that then actually also puts a face to the characters that we see in these books, which I just think is absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan of when Star Wars does that, honestly, and especially now that I've played this game, I'm definitely going to have to brush up on my knowledge of the comics and the Aftermath trilogy because I've not read any of them yet, really. But for those of you who have, hopefully this was really satisfying for you to see Temmin in this way. And for those of you who haven't, like me, but also didn't really catch on to it, hopefully it's provided you with an interesting insight. But I just thought having these two experts as characters that we've seen before in things but aren't necessarily particularly huge. Temmin seems to be quite big in books and comics and stuff a little bit, to be fair to him, but seeing him from a younger age in this game I just absolutely loved, and then seeing Tika again from Kenobi was just awesome. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and obviously a lot of you guys may not have actually caught on to those things, so hopefully that helped you guys out as well. Let me know what you think about this though in the comments below. Are you like me and think this is absolutely awesome, or do you just not really care that much? Let me know. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.